the agricultural production in Songli. Send the report regarding the anomalies and send a copy to the central data.
The report has been sent to Feng Bei. Can you remind me where we're supposed...
Didn't I just say it? It goes...
But isn't the database right here?
No, if I remember correct. When did the tower in Obed
Are you talking about the legendary Tower of
Humanity's collective unconscious? Something must have happened to Emeon in the Library of Babel.
Your Grace, the election for the new Holy Cardinal is about to begin. The Holy Court has extended an invitation. I understand that leaving Bellefontaine at this moment would be a bold request. However, if we remain here, we can only witness the villainous Sistine ascending to the throne. We will depart, Asti. Have you finally made your decision, Your Grace? It is time to fulfill our...
By the way,
What a silly question!
you know what I mean, right?
Yeah, I get it, but honestly, the only thing it messes up is the original module of their time sector. So, the only thing that... Plus, even if their entrance is gone, they can just make a new one.
Why did you say all that stuff to them earlier?
I was just messing with them. Oh, you mean, may we meet again in the future? It meant what it meant. I had a feeling that we'd run into Seer again in the future. Perhaps in the future... Anyway, stop distracting me with such useless stuff.
Well, look who we have here. Filthy rats from Nemesis. Still standing your ground. I was on a business trip when Viola called me, so I thought I'd drop by. Now this is just miserable. I'll just take them back to Tien.
Not even Cosmos would dare to boss me around like you do.
How weird. Despite being closer to the sun, why is it cold?
Because Tianchi Lake is surrounded by snowy mountains.
The days here appear as lengthy as those beneath Mount Tianshi. Otherwise, one might mistake the prolonged summer in this.
If it were indeed winter, the Tianchi Lake would be frozen. The Grandier River struck...
Shh. Keep your voice down. If your fellow clanspeople hear this, they might goad you into challenging me again during the winter.
Don't fret. No one from my clan would dare defy me. Speaking of which, why would Amir...
A historian?
I met a historian on my way here, and he employed me to urge you to think...
Well, looks like I've forgotten everything about it.
He said it was kind of a
Ah, I remember now. It was indeed.
I'm surprised when he told me he simply couldn't start recording anything without that name.
It's about everything. It's about you, me, your clan. In short, it's a name that encompasses every...
Wow. That's quite a serious name.
Yes. May this vast land forever flourish in greenery.
Bureau of Husbandry, and I'll be sending the hydrological and meteorological data.
Understood. Please provide an adequate number of samples for analysis and comparison.
Sure. I'll personally oversee the operation.
I heard that once this quarter's inspections are completed, you'll be taking a whole...
Yeah. The work here is finally about to end. So I plan to...
Thank you for your hard work. By the way, here's a little gift.
What's this?
I snatched this yellow eye.
Did you just...
Yeah, why?
There are too many water...
Is something wrong?
I'll have to go to the riverside and see what's happening there. The river is just up ahead. Go there and take a look. I hope I was mistaken.
Isn't that Secretary Jing? Saw you from afar and wondered if it was you.
Yeah? What are you doing here?
Just fishing, but I haven't caught anything all morning. It's weird.
By the way, there are so many ospreys here.
Yeah, maybe they're the ones scaring away. And there are so many insects too, but you know what? Sorry for the rambling. Don't forget about the calligraphy.
I'll see if I have time for that. I should head to the riverbank and take a closer...
Lately, the ospreys near the river haven't been in a good mood. In the past, only a few hungry... But recently, they've been swarmed. If it's not about... I'm no bird expert, just throwing ideas out.
Huh? What's with all these insects? Coward! Feels like my blade just hit an iron block. Used too much force. I can't control... But seriously, why are there so many insects here? And what's with those Why is this osprey so aggressive? What's happening to these ospreys? Their feathers are blue, and their claws and... I must hurry back to Weisha and report the unusual situation here. The subtle changes in the flower's appearance. No doubt this is caused by an anomaly. Again, my precious vacation is going down the drain. Instead, I'm looking at overtime. In light of the current situation, the chief executive has personally gone to Jiangyan Pavilion to report to his superiors. Therefore, I'll be presiding over this meeting, and first of all, I'd like to ask for a briefing on the progress of our deployment since our last meeting. Bureau of Husbandry and Agriculture, what's the current status of the crops?
To be frank, according to our calculations, all types, however, the centralized oilseed crop, fruit trees, such all crops have stopped developing fruits, as if the growth process. In addition, the drones managed.
What symptoms?
I've brought some As you can see, many crops are exhibiting an unusual. This color is not on affected plants. This greenish.
Could this be a new plant pathogen?
That was our initial suspicion. However, it's not only the crops, but also some animals. While we have so we collected samples and sent them to the Bureau
of Health and Welfare.
Well...
So, no...
There will be results. We just...
No progress. Next question. Bureau of Treasury and Trade. Please...
Well...
Now is not the time to pass the buck. I believe I've made...
Based on this year,
I understand. Song Lin... Director Feng, could you please provide an update on...
Our current reserves are enough to feed the people of Xian for 9 months. To get...
Bureau of Roads and Travel, what's the status of our transportation capacity?
Mobilization is not an overnight process. It involves multiple parties and numerous challenges.
What specific challenges are you talking about? Bring them up.
First, there is a serious shortage of professional
Then why don't you communicate with the Bureau of Employment and Social Support? Any other...
We lack the funds to purchase enough vehicles for
That falls under the responsibility of the Bureau of Treasury and Trade. Go ask for additional funds from them.
But the annual budget is set at the beginning of every year. Even if I make a request...
So, in other words, you haven't even asked the Bureau of Treasury and Trade for additional funds.
No, that's not the case. According to regulations, the budget is approved.
Allow me to... Bureau of Treasury and Trade has...
No.
No. Never.
We will submit a formal application after the meeting.
Are there any other difficulties?
We haven't encountered such a large-scale demand for transportation capacity in many years.
Don't you have an emergency plan in place?
You know, the situation is too rare for us to have anticipated.
You may not have an emergency plan for total crop failure, but you should have a plan.
But we've been living in peace for decades.
During our last meeting, I emphasized that we must prepare for the worst. So, what exactly have you prepared for this meeting? Let me ask you some questions. How many trucks do we have? How do we have enough drive?
Well...
Do you think you can just get away with, we have limited manpower and capabilities? Your excuse holds no weight. The Bureau of Oversight and Integrity will submit an official report to the government, demanding accountability from the Bureau of Roads and Travel for impeding grain transportation. Bureau of Health and Welfare, your progress has been disappointingly slow. And Bureau of Treasury...
Director Feng, please say something to calm Secretary Ting down.
After all, let's all take a moment. You have any suggestion?
Indeed. Now is not the time. I apologize. I got a bit carried away. Everything has a cause, and I need reports on meteorological and hydrological monitoring. Meanwhile, we must be prepared to deliver reserve grain. Director Feng, based on the minimum...
I can't provide an exact...
Then let's use that number. 40 million tons. Remember, numbers do not negotiate or compromise. So I hope... It lines up with our earlier assessment. I lost my temper. After all, the staff at the Songli municipal government didn't. Anger can cloud judgment. Look, I've got to get back and. Huh? Why are there so many people gathered at the government?
Didn't expect so many people here today. Oh.
What can I do for you?
Oh, nothing much. Just want to ask if this year's harvest... The Bureau of Culture and Tourism hasn't started their usual I'm planning to grab some stuff for the festival and make a profit. Just hope...
The sprinkler system in this block has been activated.
Whoa! Go away! Don't break my camera!
Crushing horses and riders!
Thanks a bunch. Thought I lose my... It's hard to capture photos of such predatory birds in the city, so I got a bit too...
Is what just happened a common occurrence?
Of course not. Ospreys in these parts are a rare sight, and they usually take off. They rarely leave the wetlands because the city doesn't offer much prey for them. Plus, most of the ospreys around Sanglin City are used to humans. And seriously, we're way bigger than them, so I don't get why...
Those birds are starting to cause a commotion. Coward!
These ospreys always gather around.
I wonder if the sprinklers make certain noises that attract birds.
They dare to cause trouble in front of a Weisha member? Great. Now I can finally release all the pent-up frustration from that silly meeting. Huh? Why is the skin of these animals so tough? These animals keep getting close to the sprinklers. Perhaps I should manually shut them down. Those animals are gathering near these sprinklers. They seem to be attracted to the water from these sprinklers. Moreover, they appeared more aggressive after drinking the water. I must report this discovery to my peers immediately.
inspiration! Inspiration! There was once a philosopher.